Good morning, traders. Today is May 8th. We are trading the US session, and man, we have some great things going on. Now, before I get into some technical analysis, if you could go on ahead and hit the like button and subscribe button right away. That way, you guys stay up to date when I share my technical analysis with you. And go on ahead and follow me on Instagram at TIMOJOELL. In the months to come, I will have a full-fledged mentorship program. I'll have a Telegram going on. I plan on doing a lot with you guys to share the value, to share the wealth, etc. So let's go on ahead and get started. As you guys see on my screen, I am showing the dollar index. I always start my week off by showing the dollar index, as it does show me the strength and weakness of the US dollar. Now, this is extremely interesting because last week, my headline was, will we see weakness in the US dollar, based off this inverted hammer off 92 and our trend line showing our downtrend. Okay. So the day after, we had a nice bullish pop up, and the day following that, we literally broke the dollar trend, or we broke the trend line, showing that the dollar has massive strength. So if you are trading any pair this week against the US dollar, it is wise you favor the dollar, but that's not the only indication you use to take a trade. So as you see, we've been in this downtrend since we officially started March of 2017, so roughly a year. So 2018 could be a massive bull run for the US dollar, but just in the shorter time frame, I use round psychological numbers. I see 94 being retested shortly. So that's dollar strength. Dollar strength. Okay, guys. Now, the first pair I'm going to go over with you guys for the week, which I've been waiting on for the last couple weeks, is CAD versus the yen. CAD versus the yen. So let's take a look what we have going on here. Back in March, we had a nice inverted hammer that broke and completed. So let's go on ahead and draw our first outer trend line, taking my wick from right here to right here. So this is my first indication that we could be in for a nice down move on CAD versus the yen on our 4-hour chart. But let's back it up just a little bit to the weekly. As you guys see, last week we closed as a bearish spinning top as 85.30. So let me draw my first weekly resistance line on this pair, about 85.30. Let's round it up to 85.50, a nice round psychological number. Just about there, has been holding firm for this pair as we're entering weekly support at 84.28-ish. Dropping down to the daily. As you guys see on the daily, just a clear view. On the daily time frame, we did create a double top. Now, kudos to those that have shorted CAD versus the yen up here. There was no signal for me whatsoever besides resistance to go on ahead and short. But now we are starting to get confirmation as my moving averages are starting to cross over. Now, what I was waiting for on the daily time frame, which has given me confirmation this is our trade for the week, is this right here. So if you've been trading for a while, you guys know on the double tops, you don't short up here. You short at the break of a neckline and a retest. So that's my daily right there. Let's drop down to the 4-hour, which will give us just a broader view. So as you guys see, that same zone, which we had a higher high, a higher low, and we broke through, we retested down here. We retested, which is our neckline. We hit resistance and we broke through on a 4-hour time frame. With my moving averages crossed over in my downtrend line, what I'm going to do is measure this range, because if you guys haven't noticed, Forex, the foreign exchange markets is all numbers, guys. So I want to take this down to here, and I want to clone it And this is going to give me an idea of my target. So it brings me down to my 83.10 level, which I will draw my daily support on. So 83.10 being my next target, as long as price action follows suit, stays below this zone of 84.20 to 84.50, as well as this downtrend line. I'll be looking for price action to play out to look for shorts down to the 83.10 level this week on CAD versus the yen. Now let's take a look at USD JPY. Oh my gosh, guys. Since we've broken out of this pair, roughly January, February, March, April, which was last month, as you guys see, I've been trading this thing like crazy. Back here when we had a nice support level, a channel breakout, retest a support, break above weekly resistance, moving averages to the upside. We have completed at 110 exactly. Now, what's in store for us for dollar versus the yen? Let's back out and take a look at the weekly. Last week, we closed as a doji, which is extremely concerning. But as you see, we have popped above our weekly moving averages, okay? We have popped above our weekly moving averages. So that's a first indication of dollar versus the yen. Now on the daily, 108.60 has been my daily support level. So here's the deal, guys. Moving averages turn to the upside. Okay. We've been in an uptrend since the end of March, early April. I'm trying to figure out why people are shorting the dollar after we've cross-referenced our dollar index with these pairs. It's easy to see that dollar versus the yen is still in an uptrend, guys. Just because you get one impulse move down, look at this. A simple trend line will show you dollar versus the yen is still in an uptrend, okay? Now, I understand that we did have an evening star pattern here, and you have a lot of shorts in this range from 109.17 down to daily support of 108.63 that is being trapped simply because they're not following the Forex rules. Forex is not about winning. It's about being right and following your rules. Okay, you win when you follow your rules. If you win or lose the trade, you win when you follow your rules. So these are my rules. We're still in the uptrend. I'm not looking for shorts. I'm actually already long on this pair as I've seen. Look at this, 108.63, my first wick here. We wicked it last Friday. We've been consolidating. I am just now getting my crossover on my moving averages. We've broken out of this counter trend line. I see 110, if not 111, which I will draw my next resistance level on this pair, being met this week or next week, as long as we hold it above our daily trend line and price actions remains bullish. So I cross-reference my dollar index with my technical analysis on this pair, and I'm literally in down here at 108.70 to 108.80 for standards. So dollar versus the yen, I'm extremely bullish on this pair. I see 111 being met this week or next week. Break a counter trend line, moving averages crossing over, as you see. As I'm recording this pair, we are headed up to 110. That is our first stop right there, guys. So do not short the dollar this week. Follow your technical analysis, follow your rules, and everything will be all right. Now, the talk of the town. We've been following this pair for a few weeks. Let's take a look at USD CAD. Guys, USD CAD, another pair that people have been shorting this week when there has been no signs of short whatsoever. We actually just got our confirmation on dollar versus the Canadian dollar to go on ahead and take longs, as we have our first break above our structure to indicate longs. And this pair is going to 1.3100, the first stop. Now take a look at this, guys. If you take your Fibonacci tool, same rules, break a counter trend line. We've been holding above monthly support at 1.2800. I'm going to take my first higher low of the 4-hour trend, bring it above here. As you guys see, we've been dibbling and dabbling with the 38.2. Our first target has been met, and my 161.8 lines up with 1.3100. So what I would like to see in this pair, which we all know tomorrow the crude oil inventory report will be released, is I'd like to see this pair kind of do one of these. And from there, I will take my simple tool of my counter trend line, okay, right here. And as soon as I get my break on this pair, as I am not in, soon as I get my break and my retest, I know we'll be heading for our next leg up. And this will be the trade that I will be looking for this week on dollar versus the Canadian dollar, guys. So it's simple. This video does not have to be long to show you direction for the week. I believe trend direction is the hardest for traders to stick with and analyze and really dictate if we're in a bull market or bear market, if it's going to be a bullish week or bearish week. So normally Sunday and Monday, I take my time to watch these currency pairs, and I wait for the move with confirmation before entering a trade. But it's so easy to come up with direction if you're just following your rules, guys. This was just a big consolidation range on dollar versus the Canadian dollar, guys. Look at this. You had a lot of shorts because all people said was, oh, I have wicks, 1.2900. It's wicking. We have to drop below. But they failed to realize that we're in a bull trend. We broke the zone. We're going to retrace a little bit. And I'll be entering this week for 1.3100 on a nice swing. So there you have it, the dollar index, the dollar versus the yen, the dollar versus the Canadian dollar against the yen. We should be in for a big surprise this week. Now, last but not least, let's go on ahead and have a recap on Aussie versus the New Zealand dollar, as I've been following this pair all month. On Aussie versus the Canadian dollar, as you guys see, I had a nice trade here. I had a nice trade at the bottom. And as I called at the beginning of April, 1.075, let me go on ahead and look at this, was met to the wick. Now, same thing here, guys. No shorts on Aussie versus the New Zealand dollar because we have, let's just go on ahead and jump up to a daily chart. We have this support level holding firm. This support level is holding firm on Aussie versus the New Zealand dollar. Now, zooming out on the daily, as a trader, you always want to look left. If I extend this over, you can see that this was major support at one time as well back in January, February, and March. This was major support. So who's to say we're not just pulling back to this zone to create our next higher high? So I don't have a clear direction just yet. I'm waiting for price action to unfold, as today is extremely bearish for Aussie versus the New Zealand dollar, but I won't be taking shorts unless this breaks on a daily time frame retest, come back to this support level. I'm actually favoring 1.0800 as our next resistance level, but we still need this to play out. So once again, guys, if you enjoyed this video, drop a comment, show me your appreciation. Go on ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, as this channel is going to make you a lot of pips and grow your guys' accounts. Massive growth in the year of 2018 before my mentorship drops. So go on ahead and like this video, subscribe to this video, and let's have a killer week in the market. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you have a successful week, and go on ahead and stay updated with my Instagram live stories, as I'll keep you updated on the trades, guys. Have a great week.